beautiful weekend in South Bend, Indiana. It's senior day here.
Welcome back to Alumni Stadium. We're about to kick this thing off in our last and final home game of the regular season. But it's not the final game of the regular season just yet. So
trying to find some little slip pockets getting forward. And then for Notre Dame, Hampton Kings, the senior, she started all games of her career at 71. She plays one of those weak back roles, so she will also.
So our head coach usually is Nate Norman. Alright, let's see. Can we get this last win here at our final home game of the regular season? And here we go, and we are underway. We have our longest winning streak that we could ever had in this stadium. I mean, yeah, at our home games during the season.
Scored 4 unanswered against top 5 Florida State on Thursday night to come back and win 4-2 against the Noles. And an SMU team that fell 3-2 against Clemson at home in Dallas, but prior to that had been unbeaten in 4 straight matches.
You know,
coming here early
I don't know when we'll be our regular season champs, but I'm not sure yet.
3 more points. One of 3 remaining unbeaten teams in college soccer. That's number 20.
We're in the ACC, like Atlantic Coast Conference.
In swinging ball.
Should have
clipped down in front of goal, right to the arms of Aubrey Brown, the veteran keeper.
We have our longest winning streak, so we don't want to mess up nothing at all. So after this game, we got 3 away games to go. I know either we will take on Wake Forest, maybe Virginia. Hold up. I'm going to make sure and see how many more games we have remaining.
So really trying to make it difficult in the middle for Notre Dame.
There's a foul and a whistle. Soren Associate, the head official here today. That's Chukwu on your screen. Annabelle number 7, the sophomore from Canada. Early cross into the box. Dealt with well by that Mustangs back line. Mustangs, of course, in the blue tops, blue bottoms. Notre Dame in all white with the pink socks here in Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Our jersey is white, and all the women's socks are pink because of the Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And also,
and Morton, we talked about 2 of the best goal scorers in the country. They belong to the Irish Notre Dame.
Another thing,
laying the ball off and bringing others into it, and I think you'll start to see some success from other players. You've seen it in stats, but when you watch the game, you will see some success from other players as well as teams try to limit Engel and Chukwu. And also that's
I know the last game, our last away game, we'll take on Pittsburgh Panthers. You know, if you win the last 3 games, you know, like if you win the last 3 games after this, we will be the 2025 regular season champions. But if that's the case, that will close out and conclude our regular season finale on October 30th in the next.
The connection and the chemistry felt like they've done that at a better clip this season than last year when both were young and freshmen trying to gain footing. And the stats speak for themselves.
You know,
scoring a goal against
but right now,
that's Abby Mills on the back line, now playing direct. Are the Irish moving forward?
The circuit.
11 wins on this season. Leah Linke, the captain. Turning her defender, gets a good cross.
And gets a good cross from there, but
again, the back line for SMU, they do want to lead with their defense. Want to be compact. Nicole Nelson telling us we will defend. Have moments in transition like this right here as the game tries to open up. Running on is Lizetti. It'll be a throw. closed down there by number 5, Carolyn Calzada, the Texas A&M transfer.
And Aria, these are moments that SMU knew that they would get. They knew that they would be able to pick the ball off in transition, but when they go forward, they have to send numbers, and that was a good pickup in the middle from Nieves. She had dropped a little bit deeper, but that ball cannot be sent with so much pace that she's then playing it into a 50-50 space. If she's going to win it, it has to be right into the path of Eddie, about a step or two in front of her, so she can run right onto it at full pace, versus then putting a 50-50 where Calzada can just step in and win.
Calzada was a captain for the Aggies each of the last 2 seasons before making her way to South Bend. Jostling for the ball, nice work by Haley Hartman, the senior.
Yeah, so after this game, well, this will be our last and final home game of the regular season. Sorry, this is our last and our final home game of the regular season. This is it.
All the way. But they have to be clinical, both on the attacking side of things, especially defensively. For them, not having a shutout so far in conference play is a little bit of a mark, because these are the games that they need to really
So
solidify
after this, on
their
October
defending, especially
23rd,
about the run
Thursday,
into the postseason.
they
So
will take
defensively,
on
they
the
have to avoid
Virginia
a shutout,
Tech,
and then on the other side, put the ball away
Hokies,
like they
and
have shown time.
Blacksburg, Virginia.
For SMU, on the other side, it's as simple
That's
as
a late
limiting
night
the
game
attacking
under the
pass
lights.
from Notre Dame. But we heard a lot from
Then
Nicole
on
Nelson about being
October
proactive in
26th,
positioning.
Sunday,
On the same page
at
defensively,
2 o'clock
so that when they win
p.m.,
the ball, they can then spring out and go as a
we will take on the Wake Forest, Jimmy Deacons, and Winston, and it's goal, score! Yes, a goal, score, but let's see. Why did so many players in the back of the net, man? Just like, come on, like that, the way. Tulu, score! Yes, right there, score! We are on top by 1 point so far. Oh, as I was saying, is October 26th, our Notre Dame will take on the Demon Deacons on a Sunday, October 26th, and Winston Salem, North Carolina. And that game will kick off at 2 o'clock p.m. And then our last and final home game will be, our last and our final game will be take on Pittsburgh Panthers in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania at 7 o'clock p.m. on ACC Network Extra on an all-new ESPN app. It's our last and final chance to watch that soccer game, before the team closes out the regular season. That's all.
Because it makes your job a lot easier. You just have to beat someone to the near post, and that's what they're watching you do.
We'll give the assist there to Roy. That's her 6th of the season. An Irish team, one of the best offensive groups, not just in the ACC, but in the
We
country
do got
averaging
3 more games left on our schedule because, again, October 23rd, take on Virginia Tech. Thursday, Sunday, 26th, Wake Forest. And October 30th,
Nate Norman earlier this week, you said it's a front 2 that can turn into a front 5-6.
Okay, let's count the days. November 1st.
And I think of that from a defensive
Alright, let's count the days. 26th, Sunday.
Go from that front 2 to just every single
27th, Monday, 28th, Tuesday, 29th, Wednesday, Thursday, October 30th, we'll take on Pittsburgh Panthers on our last and final game of the regular season finale. And by the time we hit week 2 of October, we have 2 weeks left. Because in a couple of weeks, our team will finish our regular season finale. Yeah. So again, we'll keep on Virginia Tech on the 23rd, 26th Wake Forest, and the 30th Pittsburgh Panthers. And that will do it for this season this year. And that's it.
7th year.
A year off.
On the run.
Because he is
Here for
I'm busy with things.
continues it on. Taking the Mustangs defense forward.
Come on, get up. Oh,
She
wow.
finds space.
For the block. But can we hold on to it? We got the ball back in bounds. We got to keep it in bounds. It's up. Come on. Oh, that almost went off. I mean, that's all right. That's a clear it. And it will pass it back to the goalie. And it's pass it back to our teammates. Back to our goalie. Oh my goodness! Whoa! That almost a turnover. Wow! Whoa! Was there a foul or something?
When we talk about being clinical, it often comes
I mean,
down
I
to
don't know.
being on the
We'll
attack.
see.
In fact, this is what I'm talking about when I say Notre Dame needs to be clinical. This is a ball that cannot be given up from Kasica. She has to connect. A great save, though, to keep SMU off the score sheet. But these are simple things that Notre Dame has to tighten up defensively.
I'm just so excited this one is a missed basketball
The
game.
mistake keeper did make up for it with the save. That's 7 of them against Florida State on
I think
Thursday
so.
night, a season
I
high
took it
for
out.
Sonoma. When you watch that tape back, Florida State led 2-0, could have easily been 4 or 5-0 in the first half, and Kasica kept the
Oh,
Irish down just a pair with a number of incredible highlight reel saves before Buckner's goal. They kind of shifted the momentum back in the Irish's favor.
Yeah, and talking with Nate Norman, he said they really challenged Kasica last year, not just
That's
from
like
being
the
a solid
following year.
goalkeeper, but being a goalkeeper that could really win games for them. And he credited her in a lot of ways. He felt like she did that
Second and goal.
in the match against Florida State the other night.
Straight right in front, number 4. Bailey Ardman, transfer from Oklahoma.
Last steps.
Played at LSU as well. At Oklahoma,
Well,
was on the Big
like,
12
honestly.
all-freshman team. He's played all 90 minutes in each game this season. And SMU trying to grow into the match. They've had some bright moments for Nicole Nelson. Playing
I
direct.
don't know. Maybe they must
Nieves,
be
number
bad.
6.
And
Couldn't find a
Savannah.
teammate in blue to connect with. Nobody checked 2. The Mustangs retain possession. Captain, number 15, on the touch. It's Lydia Ungashik.
Oh, look at me.
Service, nobody home. Therefore,
And the
the
reason
Mustangs.
why our team's wearing pink
Position
socks
here for
because
SMU. Final ball lets the Mustangs down. It rolls
and
harmless
why?
to
Because of the
Cascade. This is
breast
better
cancer
working
awareness
from
month.
SMU.
People are
Connecting
battling for
passes into
breast
pass
cancer
into the Irish
awareness.
Nations.
And for breast cancer, they're fighting for
What the
cancer.
unlock was
It's
for them there
very
was the wing backs
serious
for
minor.
Notre Dame. So
And of
Roy is
course,
caught high,
a
and
brain
they play that
tumor
ball in behind
or
to Nieves. So
anything
she was able to slip in behind the
or
pocket
something
between
is
the
just
right wing
impacted
back
on
and the
them.
right center back for Notre
Breast
Dame, and
cancer
they
is
created
not
that
a
unlock
good
space. So
idea.
that is an area in transition. Look for SMU to continue to find,
It's-
whether it's Nieves on the ball or looking for Liz Eddy on the opposite side.
It's
Can they
all
find that
bad.
little
I
pocket
noticed
to
it,
then
but
force Notre Dame to shift?
the
and
Penguins-
build out.
ain't
Shot
scary.
attempts on frame. Hit with pace, but right at Brown. That was 9. Charlie Codd. There's Nicole Nelson. Transition from the American Conference a couple years ago to the ACC. Nicole telling us earlier this week, she said the depth is something we have to continue to develop. We can make SMU
Yeah, but this is the probably institution of college sports.
It's just going to take some
And of
steps.
course-
The adaptation to this new league has been such
So
a blessing
Nicole
for
Nelson
SMU.
is their head coach for
Nicole Nelson's done an outstanding
SMU
job already improving this year to 8
Mustangs.
wins from the 6 they had
But I
1 year
said
ago
maybe
in
a
their first
couple
year.
seasons ago, their team had transitioned from American Conference, SMU. Like when the SMU used to be in the American Conference until they moved to the ACC. They just made a good move.
Exactly where she needs to be and just wins
Wow.
the one battle versus
22, 26 and 2. Oh, wow, nice.
Eddie and the Mustangs
So
now
again, after this game on the
goals
23rd,
on the bug pop there. That's the American Conference
Thursday,
championship
taking
game
on
in
Virginia Tech at 8 o'clock
2023.
p.m. It's a late night game under the
To
lights.
Memphis.
And of course,
1 goal apiece. There's a foul. Morgan, you and I will both get a chance to
our
call this
2026
year's version of the
Sunday,
American
take on Wake
Final.
Forest.
Down in the state
And
of
the
Florida
last
should
game
be
on
a
Thursday,
lot of
October
great conference
30th,
in its own right.
take on the Pittsburgh Panthers. for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. If we win the last 3 games, we will be the 2025 regular season champions. And then we will clinch a number 1 seed in the tournament. Oh, speaking of the tournament, we're going to know where it's going to take place. You know?
Off a wonderful ball on a corner kick. Here from Morgan Roy. So the Irish find themselves.
Alright, we're going to see where this will take place. So, the women's soccer, what we haven't just mentioned yet.
Service.
Oops.
Knocked down. Cleared out.
That's not it.
Irish stay on the ball though. Shot. Block. Cleared away again for a throw. Women's sports take over the afternoon every
Okay,
Sunday
this is
right
something
here on
interesting
ACC
because-
Network. Next week we start at noon Eastern with soccer. Number 3 Stanford squares off against Miami, and then Cuse hosts number 23 North Carolina in volleyball. Should
Okay,
be
this is
number
very
3.
interesting because... Alright, here's how it looked like.
Ball whipped into the box. That's going to roll out for a goal kick. Morgan, how does
Alright,
the goal for
this
Notre
is
Dame
something
really
interesting
change
because the
this match
tournament
for both teams?
will
One, it gets them off to the hot start that they needed, right? So
Well,
building on
eventually
what they
will
kind of
be
finished off from the last
hosting-
game. But I also think with what we've seen from SMU, it's almost forced them a little bit quicker out of their block because now they're chasing the game. Granted, they do know that their best game plan is to sit a little bit lower and then take advantage of those transition opportunities, which is one of their strengths as a team anyway. But I do think it's
Okay,
forcing them
this is
maybe
gonna
to
be
step out a
interesting
little bit
because-
quicker. In a weird way, this game has almost opened up a little bit sooner than I thought it would. I never really expected these two teams would see it fully open, but I do think that it's,
Okay, on
it's given
Sunday,
SMU a
November
little bit
2nd,
more of a chance
for
to pay
those
above
that
that
who
are
might
gonna
have a
step higher.
lower
Now we're chasing
seed
the game for almost a full inning.
will eventually will host the first round on campus side. Now this is pretty interesting because
Spilled at the net, but picked up by Brown. Terrific ball again from Morgan Roy, the junior from Commerce, Michigan.
Roy's been busy on the ball already out wide. We obviously saw her assist off the corner, but
Stopping
she's not
the
afraid
pass
to go
is hard.
1v1, and you can see in her matchups.
Whoa! Oh,
She wants the ball.
didn't
She
go.
wants to look for her.
Why?
And she wants to go B1v1 almost every single time
Okay,
she's gotten the ball.
now the
She's putting herself in
ACC
a
Women's
position. She's
Soccer
really good on the
Championship
step back,
Tournament will take
sends the ball
place
with her
on
left
the
foot.
first round
I've noticed that
on
already
campus
almost every
sites,
single
which is
time she's
pretty
on. She wants to
interesting
let
because
it
I've
slow
never
down
seen it
and
like
get
this
going
before.
for player one.
It's very interesting. Whoever wins the first round, then they will take on the number 1 seed or number 2 seed
Creativity stands
in
out for her
Wake
coach.
May Soccer Park
Who's done a fantastic
in
job.
Cary, North Carolina.
Got the Irish to the quarterfinals one season ago.
Let's
in
see,
the NCAA
how many teams they
tournament
can make the
fell 2-0 to
tournament in the
Stanford.
postseason?
I gotta tell you, having watched Notre Dame play this
We're gonna-
season, they've got to be one of the favorites in what
So
is a
they're gonna
stacked
have at least
ACC,
6
who has a
teams
number of contenders
will
for a
eventually
national title.
will make the postseason in the tournament. Alright, so yeah, this is
Direct play
a
looking for
very
Chukwu. Knocked down angle.
it's gonna be more fun than ever, of course.
Restovich has it cleared off the top of the box.
Alright, let's take a look at the standings really quick while we're doing this, but
Flicked on. Not a bad idea there from Angle and Chukwu. Just didn't get the angle quite right as Brown was reading it well. Off for a line.
And Aria, what opened up that opportunity was Restovich found the ball deep in the midfield, had a quick turn, and then was
Sometimes
on for
slow as
SMU
a
defender.
snail.
Coming into this matchup, part of the game plan for SMU was really trying to
I
limit
can't
the
even
time,
tell what the standings
keep
are. It's
space that Notre
ridiculous.
Dame holding mids, their sixes would have on the ball. So earlier we saw Matriano, now we see Restovich in that spot. SMU does not want that role to be able to turn and play make because nothing
let's
came
look
from
this
that
one.
last one, but you see the ability that these Notre Dame players have, especially when they're then playing the ball forward into Chukwu and Angle.
Slow as a
That
snail.
chemistry is completely developed for those top two. The Notre Dame team that Nate Norman telling us they can win in a number of different ways here this season. He felt like that's the biggest difference from 1 year ago. He said, we might have had one type of way we could win last year with the young team, but this team's resilience, this team's adaptability, that was on display Thursday night, wasn't it, against Florida State, who wanted to make Notre Dame play in a different way. Physical, tough, opened the game up, but the Irish responded in a grand way. Chukwu trying to create that space. Dispossess. Can SMU hold on to the ball just a little bit, relieve some pressure. There's a whistle.
All right, so we're ranked number 2. Virginia is ranked 1 in the
ACC Coach of the Year back in 2022.
So that means Notre Dame and Virginia both have the tie record.
He said that he feels like this group
Like time for first.
We're not necessarily experienced, but we are seasoned just a little bit based on
Well,
last year's
maybe
trials and tribulations.
Notre Dame and Florida State will have a rematch again in the tournament on a Thursday, November the 6th. It'll be Thursday, November 6th in the semifinals. Well, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. But I know both teams will be in the semifinals, so since we're on the ranked number 2 and Virginia is in the top 1, both teams are the toughest teams in the country.
Training grounds are incredible, and I can only imagine
So,
what practice look like for both of these sides.
man, I can't even.
So I love hearing, okay, young teams, yes, they're coming back for year 2. What's the biggest difference? And you're right, these teams, especially Notre Dame, they've been battle tested. They lost some heartbreak last year, and this is a young team that's coming back and ready to prove and make a difference this year.
I Windley 1-0 so far, and it's just getting out of the play. Come on, get hustled at, and oh, we couldn't do it.
My goodness, was bending towards the line yet again, and Chukwu almost got her head on it again.
All right.
Morgan Roy is on today. Everything, when she is on the ball, she's committed. She knows where she wants to go with it. Those set
And the
pieces
question,
are
okay, let's
absolutely
take a look at the
dangerous.
standings.
Towards that penalty spot, Chukwu laying her body
All
on the
right.
line. This possession by Leakey, the senior from Houston, Texas. Excellent work by the Mustangs and Lizzetti.
Oh, never mind. We're in first place actually, but we're in ranked number 2. We might be the first team who will receive a number 1 seed in the tournament, because we'll be going to semifinals. You'll have some days to take it off and practices before they head on to the tournament, of course, and they can just bring on the energy and win it all. If you win the semifinals, then in championship, and then of course,
recycle back towards the penalty spot. Here's Chukwu bringing the ball down, drops it
and
off.
trying to bring it down. And good pass to a teammate, and wide didn't go. Over the net is a cross.
Yeah, Morgan Roy's gonna want that one back, but that's
Another
incredible
thing,
ball for Restovich to play her wide into that channel. But a really good service originally from Ali Pinto. Playing on this back line, she's been incredible so far this season for Notre Dame. Playing in a little bit of a new position, so calm on the ball, really good service and just delivery in general, whether it's cross, whether it's passing and getting forward. But her vision, stepping in
It
on
is
that back line,
4:01 p.m.
she plays like a midfielder, but then can get into tackles, is really dominant in the air. Ali Pinto has
Oh wow.
that right center back position has been really strong for Notre Dame this season.
It's come a long way too for her head coach. Didn't play 1 year ago. Transition back from midfield to defense. And Pinto. Under screen, that's Restovich Grace from St. Louis, Missouri.
Bump.
A family of Irish.
England.
Her mom and my dad, George and Michelle.
Freeze the crowd.
Athletics at Notre Dame, and Grandpa George as well.
He's so
The
sad.
Mustangs, they move the ball back a little higher. Up the pitch, won some field position.
That's not a bad idea from Jones on the back line
No.
for SMU, but that ball's got to be hit more at an angle to find Nicholson in
guess
central
she
versus
probably
them
gonna-
playing it just straight up the line. Nicholson is a player who's been pretty good under a hold-up play, getting the start
Well,
today
with
for
something
SMU. So can they find
enthusiast.
her feet, trying to play her in behind?
I was
and then
thinking
get
about
into
should
the
be
race?
telling this on the ESPN Plus. Oh,
Just misses.
missed.
Oh my goodness. There was a moment
Wow.
that was bending towards that back post.
Wow.
Aubrey Brown.
Man,
Lily Joseph on the
So
run. Look at the ball
close.
to get the ball with her left foot. She lets that one go with that
Oh,
big space
so
up from under her
close.
foot and whips that one in.
what a
Shot.
opportunity. It's going to be a very gorgeous day for a game,
Connecticut.
but it feels like it's going to be chillier.
Her dad, Ron
What
Joseph,
happens
member
is-
of the Trinidad and Tobago national team.
No,
3 years. He burst onto
if
the
you
scene
will
as a
remember-
freshman, has it here again.
come on,
Ball, Roy.
do something.
Right, clips it back to her left.
And no.
Puts it on frame. She couldn't quite loft it over Aubrey Brown, who's been active, as is Roy. What a first 25 minutes or so from Morgan Roy and her influence.
We
on
just
this
put up a
match.
10 winning streak so far, and Virginia, they behind us. You know, we don't want to get dropped. You know, but some other teams, they're kind of pretty physical and tough. But I know Virginia is one of them. Stanford is one of them. They're both tied for first place. But for Florida State, they're kind of pretty physical. For Louisville, maybe so. Wake Forest, maybe. NC State,
Deep,
maybe
beautiful
so.
move. Creates that space, running towards
We
net.
have 18 teams in this game, but there's only one team that has the worst record. It is Virginia Tech.
This was the last opportunity in the ball by Roy. But
In
watch
Wake
the movement
Forest,
from Joseph.
not
she backpedals
really.
a little bit, then enters that space.
And
Gets
Pittsburgh-
into a tackle, and then it's sprung wide for Roy, who once again chooses
Who's
to go
Pittsburgh?
1v1. This little cutback to get the ball in her
Oh,
left
they're
foot
not in
is
here?
her move for today. So defensively for SMU, how
Oh,
can you
never
force
mind.
her right to then at least
And
get
they
a
do
foot in,
have
or
the
you give
worst
up the
record,
service
too.
versus then allowing her to continue
All right, we
on
only have
central.
6
But
teams
Joseph, that little movement opened up
makes
that
the
whole opportunity for Notre
postseason
Dame.
tournament. 6 teams makes there. That's how the rule is. So there's only 6 teams. So we see the number seeds right before they wrapping up their regular season finales or before, but this is the institution of college sports, especially the women's fall sports right now. But the other fall sports that we have, of course. And speaking of women's and men's basketball, that's kicking off. Tip-off is going to begin sometime in November. The tip-off times has announced for Notre Dame. Finding out for the women's basketball for right now. But for the men's basketball, I have to see if they announce their tip-off times or not, but I don't know.
Notre Dame continues to try and exploit the Mustangs. They've been sitting in a bit of a mid-block, not quite a low block, and that's not what Nicole Nelson wants to do, right? She wants to create some chances as she's chatting there with Eddie.
It's a 1-0 Notre Dame lead. That's the team we'll be rooting for. We'll be rooting for Notre Dame Fighting Irish on our last and final home game of the regular season before we head off for our 3-game road trips. One is to against Virginia Tech, Wake Forest, and Pittsburgh. Our team's gonna be very, very pretty busy. because we got 3 games left in our regular season on our schedule. We have Virginia Tech. They have the worst record. Wake Forest, they have a pretty tough team. It's a physical team. And Pittsburgh, same thing. I'm hoping we can finish out this regular season finale against all those 3 teams. And of course, it's going to be more fun than ever. So, on that note,
Irish on a goal from Chukwu in the 6th
you know,
minute of this one. Joseph,
I'm sure Notre
looking for a through ball.
and there you go.
Oh, it was perfectly into the path of Engel.
Wow, what a play so far. And SMU Mustangs, their jersey is blue. They used to be in the AAC like they used to. And that is a foul. That is a foul. And I'm sure women's soccer and men's soccer are the roughest sports too. And it's a physical sport. I can't even stand it.
That one did not miss by much.
What a terrific run as well from Engel, huh? Shoulder to shoulder with the last defender. Now SMU plays.
Look out!
Nobody.
Ain't nobody. It's just playing in the way.
For the Mustangs so far.
And what a something! What a play!
Put the finishing touch on
These 2 teams are physical out here. And today's Sunday, October 12th to 2025. We're halfway through this month of October. You know what I mean? Like,
just know when they're to finish.
I'll be back. Don't worry about it.
Dispossessed. There's some confidence though right now brewing for these Mustangs, and Nicole Nelson told us they're not going to be afraid coming in playing the Irish.
And it's Nieves who plays that ball in to Gordon. Nicholson is there, but she's really the only attacker in that 6, and then she's playing against 5 defenders from Notre Dame. Can that far side run be a little bit closer to have another option?
What spaces are you identifying right now, Morgan, that Notre Dame's giving up that might allow SMU some opportunities?
Well, it's coming from the little unlocked channels out wide, and it's not a big space, but SMU is going quick. So right there on the ball, you had Nieves getting forward, and then it's the ball played in line once again, and the run coming around. But I mentioned it earlier, the space in between the wing back and the outside center back is open if SMU can go quick and have
it wouldn't go quick. It would go to the bottom until soon. I have to take a shower again for tomorrow. We'll be getting up at 8 a.m. in the morning.
To their feet or right into their path. If it's played too far 50-50, they won't have the opportunity to get on the other end of it.
Substitutions have now entered for both teams as that'll go.
And we'll go near the corner, but
a goal kick, including for Notre Dame. Ellie Hodson, number 10's in for the Irish, the sophomore who Nate Norman described. He said if Engel and Chukwu are fastball, then Hodson is the curveball that comes in. I haven't quite coached a player that can do the things that she can do.
Yeah, we had a great conversation, and I loved the way that he explained her there. I was saying she's more of an energy injector because every time she comes in, you know she's going to inject something, an opportunity, a chance, a goal, an assist. She is a player that battles hard, but has the ability to be technical and go 1v1 and play a little slip ball in. So I really enjoy watching Hodson, and she's a player that totally could start on a team, and I actually think the role that she plays right now is perfect for her skill set because she's that change of pace from Engel and Chukwu like you have for Notre Dame. But seeing what she's able to do and then hearing Nate Norman talk about it makes sense as to the special type of player that she is. And you know she's going to battle because she's powerful, she can go 1v1, and she's pacey, yet can finish. And I thought that was such a great compliment, saying how he's never really coached a player like her, like you mentioned, Aria. Because think about the skill sets that he's seen, and she's so different in what she provides for them.
No doubt about it. 3 goals in her last 4 contests as well. All coming against top competition like Florida State, North Carolina, and Clemson. throw. That to 19. Allie Pinto, who drops it back. Mills, a sophomore from Southlake, Texas. Foul as Knapp goes down. Tessa Knapp, the freshman from Bay Village, Ohio. 2 goals on the year. A little under 12 minutes to play in this opening stanza. The Irish with the early blitz, but SMU has found its way back and rolling into the match. We know how quick the Irish can strike. Nice work there to create space on the cross. Headed away.
We're under 12 minutes to go. Lots of time left to play. This is a 45-minute game.
With that right foot towards that back post.
And kick on the left. No, on the right foot, actually. It's a very beautiful, gorgeous day for a game in South Bend, Indiana. But
and Monday through Thursday from 6 to 7 Eastern, and Friday is a special 2-hour football focus edition from 5 to 7 Eastern. It's hosted by Kelsey Riggs Cuff right here on ACC Network and the all-new ESPN.
Football podcast from Monday to Thursday on ACC Network. It's kind of pretty new. All right, let's look at the weather. All right. So today it feels like it's
a good win, centrally.
It's a little chilly out there, so fans are not allowed to like wear their sneakers and stuff like that this time. Yeah, usually science with science, it's a good idea. Not too bad idea. That's all. And they can wear their like jackets, hoodies, or anything. You know, we're almost near the end of the year, like a couple months.
First time cross, whipped into the box, edge of that 18. And Notre Dame does well to clear it. Releases that pressure for the time being. Hodson.
Yeah, it feels like it's a little something, but not really.
Joining her. 2-on-1.
Wow. 2-on-1. It's a pretty of a battle. Back to back. Look, pass. Wide open. Oh! Scores! And the flag actually, offside actually.
So the cheers or reside. Flag did go up.
Yeah, the flag didn't go up, but it is offside.
All the way across to Knapp. If you look at where Angle is,
yeah,
she
well,
looks to be in front of Hartman, but she would actually be essentially in the place. Usually your goalkeepers are last.
But
defender,
this play is,
but
I'm sorry, that play is under review to make sure everything not offside. But it's not an offside if the call stands for the goal and the scores. But they will double check to make sure by the refs.
Then where's the field player? But this one's a little bit different just because the goalkeeper was.
This game is so physical.
You're right, Morgan. You learn something new, right? Each and every year, and you played at a high level. Offside is not the last defender. You just think of that because the goalie is usually the final defender. You have to be in front of 2 defenders. Yes, indeed. It's not just one defender. You can't be behind a pair of defenders, and then.
Yeah, I think that I think it might be.
Right, so 22 at this point from our angle looks to be technically.
And
the
it's
last
offside.
Angle is beyond that player with Hartman then being. We're used
It's
to the
okay. We'll try
goalkeeper
again.
being the last player, but with the last defender, it would have been 22 and Angle's beyond that.
All right. We'll try that again.
You got it figured out. And no player offensively ever thinks they're offside anyway.
Under 10 minutes to go. 9:39 remains in the first quarter.
The goalie is usually on the line, so that would make a second player that you have to be behind.
I'm also shocked as an analyst how many things I would just say were for us or in our favor as a player when I truly had no idea. I just wanted any advantage. So yeah, it's really testing my soccer knowledge compared to when I was a player.
And I think there's still a lot of people at home that will go, I don't get it. And that's okay. We're working through it.
We can slow that one down, but we'll have to use the other phrase instead of last defender. Instead we'll have to talk player, person, defender.
The old Michael Scott office quote, right? Explain it to me like I'm 5. That'll go for a goal kick. under 9 to play here in this first half. The Irish lead 1-0 on a goal from Annabelle Chukwu. What have you liked so far, Morgan, as Truth Byers comes in for Lindsay Nichols and some substitutions? What have you
I know
liked
that's
these
right,
teams
fans.
so far in this first nearing 45 minutes?
I really liked what I've seen from SMU. Aria, you asked me earlier, how did the early goal for Notre Dame change things? And quite frankly, it didn't seem like it changed that much, except it gave them a little bit of, the advantage, having one goal ahead.
Terrific save from Brown, by the way. Angle got a flick onto the net. And on frame, but Brown pushes it away for a corner.
And what I was saying feeds perfectly into this. SMU has been committed defensively. Nicole Nelson told us she was a defender. Her teams will defend, and that's exactly what they've done today. They've been committed to it, and you saw it just there in that last opportunity, their ability and work to get back. You've also seen, this is a great view. You have 3 people now trying to be on that near post.
Back post header.
Wow.
Miss by just
Okay, if
visitors.
we know back a month ago, on
But
September the
Aria, you can
4th,
see how SMU has responded to those
2K
chances.
confirmed
First off, the goal from
college
Notre Dame,
basketball
and they've
video
been
game
dangerous
in
with all
works for
the other service coming in.
2027.
But they have 3 players
That will
lined up,
come out in the
1, 2,
following
3
year.
on
I
that
would
back
say
line to try to limit
right
any of those
before
players stepping in from Notre Dame and getting to the ball first. It almost catches them on
I'd
the
say
far side.
right
That's
before
a really good response, and
basketball
I've been
season
impressed with
going
that
to
from
start.
SMU.
So I think it will
Things are
come out
not going
before
their way
then.
as much. They have not had as much time on the ball.
I was thinking
which they
about
expected, but
in
their
September
response and their ability
or
to,
October.
when they win the ball, go quick in transition.
Either
they
September or
on top of that
October
today. I would say it has been
of
for them.
2027 because
Have they had all the chances?
Yeah.
No, but look at that one opportunity they had going
I
forward.
knew
Cross
college
lane,
basketball
they had a
video game
backside
will
runner
arrive
that
soon,
easily can even things up.
albeit from companies different than the one many had expected. On the same day, EA Sports reportedly ended its plans for the first official college basketball game since the company released an NCAA Basketball 10 more than a decade ago. 2K Games announced Thursday that it plans to release a game in 2027 that will feature more than 100 programs.
On a bad day. And so far, the Irish, they've played with a lot of energy. Nate Norman said,
A lot of energy here.
This cross finds
It goes back.
the edge of the 6-yard
Look out.
box. A lot of white jerseys piling
Wow.
up. And a lot of blue jerseys.
We gotta play on. Ain't no foul here.
Able to clear it out.
Ain't time to clear it out.
My goodness.
We will pass it back to my teammate. Not too bad idea, huh? These teams are like, it's so physical. It's very physical. I'm really just can't even possibly wait. You know what I mean? And guess what I'm gonna
9-1
do?
in shots in favor of Notre Dame. Shots on goal 5-1.
And shots on goal with me 9, and SMU made 1.
Those categories coming in. The most prolific
You know-
attacks in college soccer.
Let me tell you something.
Nate Norman at Notre Dame.
I was
Not
going.
quite done yet here in this first half. They lead by a goal.
Well, for me,
Service
let me tell you this.
towards that penalty spot.
And they
By
just didn't.
Mustang defender, but Brown read it well.
So I was saying, so we left off at
Back to
the,
what you asked me too about what I've liked
zone
from
second
SMU,
sense.
and then from
So
Notre
we'll
Dame,
feature
it's just
more than 100
how they
programs. Oh,
switch
that's
things
great.
up in the attack. It's what they do best.
Okay.
Right? They have so many weapons who can beat you in so many different
I know
ways.
that news that came out of, like, the news,
Turnover. Shot, save, Brown.
I know
And that's a good save from
that
Brown, 'cause it's a
that
really
news
quick
has
strike
just
from
came within
angle.
hours of Friday's
just a
release
1v1.
of NBA
She
2K
picks off the
26. So
ball
like, that was
from
like on a
Harden's
Friday,
foot.
y'all.
And I'm kind of surprised that SMU
And also,
is
yes,
choosing
it's
to
true,
play
the
this
company
so
Tweet
short
Read.
when Notre Dame
We are
can't
working
press.
on a
They
college
have their
basketball
team
experience that will
organized
feature
behind the
more
ball.
than
If you have people,
100
she'll get
programs
stuck into a tackle,
from
and that's
across the
not an
country,
area
from
to give the ball,
powerhouses to
especially as this
Cinderella
first half
stories.
closes down a 1-0
The news
game
came
is very different from
within
2-0 going
hours
into
of
half.
Friday's release of NBA 2K26 that everybody knows.
Outswinging ball. Headed to
And whoa! Wow, that almost went in there. Almost. That's a shock.
You better believe we're going to get another look. at
Let's
this one.
see that
Oh, so
again.
close.
Oh, wow.
And it's another corner. The players go up. This is a great angle here. It
And
absolutely looks like it crosses over, and if not, it would have been a handball.
wow. That was a shock.
That Abby Mills on
I've
that.
never seen like this
Looked
before.
dangerous on the set
Whoa.
pieces a number of times already this afternoon.
Wow. Wow, that was shocking, but now this play is under review for something like this. That was a goal! Oh my goodness, right there. Stop! Oh, wow.
There has to be two things they're looking at here, right? This is obviously the angle
Ooh,
behind the
oh, wow. Oh.
So that's difficult. I think the first angle
That was
this one here,
close.
the player's going up for it. It's the header. It's actually
I never seen that. That ball got inside in it, right in there. Now the goalie, turns at you, had to just pull it back out. You see, that should have been a goal.
And then secondary, if it doesn't,
Wow.
that's still a handball right on the goal line. So you have to guess that he's looking at two things here. My
Wow.
first thought is that is a goal because that's what
That's
happened.
gotta be a goal because it gotta be. You know.
12 for SMU, but a great job by our crew.
Wow.
Any chance, Morgan, that was offside as well? We've already been learning.
Or it might be offside again, but we gotta double
So we
check to
saw
make sure.
That last one in the goalie did come out.
The news came with the hours of final release of NBA 2K26, the latest installment of the popular series, and the company said a few surprises related to the announcement will be revealed in early 2026. While EA Sports has released a college basketball game since 2009, 2K Games last released a college basketball game in 2007. College basketball fans have collectively complained about the loss of both games for years. Copies of NCAA Basketball 2010 for the PlayStation 3 are listed on eBay for up to $100. The Xbox 360 version College 2K8 is available for up to $65 on eBay.
It looks like nothing was called, so therefore
Over the summer,
no goal in my view.
EA Sports
And then it was
generated
paused,
buzz
and
when it
then
announced that it will
returned.
produce a new college basketball league game on Thursday. However, Vance Brown Extra Points newsletter reported that EA Sports had resigned its plans to move forward with the game because multiple schools have decided. I'm sorry.
Just that deficit at a single.
Yeah, Vance Brown Extra Points newsletter reported that EA Sports had resigned its plans to move forward with the game because multiple schools decided to work with 2K Games. So, and they certainly did, because they will get enough path and everything else because
That he's looking at
EA Sports may not gonna do very well.
offside first, because if that was offside, then it would
NBA
not matter.
2K is the
If it was a
dominant
handball, it would
video
not
game
matter if it crossed the
series
goal
on the
line.
market
So
for the
you have to
pro
guess
level,
that right
and the
now
company
is
said
really the
it
decision
intends to
that's
have the
made.
same influence with its college basketball game. We've proven the quality of the basketball experience we can deliver for years and have every intention to bring the same level of quality to college hoops, the company said via its tweet.
And what's clear there is they're
So
trying
that
to
means
decide, is Klinky
EA Sports have
offside
re-signed
part
it
of that
to
play?
move forward path to make a college
Is she
basketball video
behind
game.
Brown? Yes.
So,
Would you consider that
Yeah, I
part
don't
of
think
the
they're not gonna do
play?
it very good at all. So
I think
yeah,
you could
so
truly make a
that's
case for
that is
either.
it.
She's not going for the
So
ball. She's
now
running out of
2K
play, but
confirms
does she
college
get
basketball
in the
video game
line of
works
Brown?
in
Also,
20,
what
for
did it look like
2027.
so
And
quick?
guess
It's
what?
hard to tell,
It's
too.
coming out in the following year. I would
And
say
it slowed down there.
right before the upcoming basketball season will take place. There's only one team for Notre Dame, but it will be a change. It includes the 2026 to 2027 season, and that will be that Hannah Hidalgo will enter her last season on that team before
Pointing inward, and that's
before
the
she-
way in which Klinky was running.
be drafted in the 2027 WNBA draft. Yes, for the WNBA draft in 2027. Once she turns 22 in February, January something, she will be eligible to be drafted into the WNBA draft. But the location is still unknown at those times. But I know this was in New York.
And we're back
Last
to
year
this
was in New
other.
York. The year before, I mean, I don't know where
We're
it's
back to
taking
this
place,
other
but
view. Did it cross the goal line?
so yeah, we were
And
just
it
going
looks
to
like
make
when
sure.
it bounced, no, but then you see the hand on trying to scoop it out from Brown, and that is when it looks like the ball does cross the goal line. So thinking that we're now looking at this offside could have been put to the side, and now we're looking at the next thing, and when the ball bounced, was it no?
Here's the call.
Yes, it is a goal, and it scores. Yes, another goal. We put up a 2-0 lead.
Double their lead at home.
We done it, and that's by Abby Mills, jersey number 20, her second goal this season.
And what that came down to was no offside. The ball
Luckily,
crossed
there's
the
no
goal line,
offside,
it
so
looked like it
that's
was
good,
when
and
Fowles
it's a
out.
goal.
That's when the whole ball
Wow.
went across the line for the goal.
But in 2020, yeah, it was took place in New York City. 2022.
Now that the goal stands, Morgan, how about the
Yeah.
Irish on set pieces today?
It is
Dave
in
Norman
New
talked
York
about the
City.
different ways
You know
Notre Dame
something?
can beat you. And he talked about how last year, if a game went a certain way, the Irish could find 3 points. They could find a way to advance. This year, they're so adaptable in the way that they can find ways to move on and to find success.
Well, and Arya, that is one thing you and I have not talked about coming into this game. We didn't
Yeah,
talk
I
about
was thinking,
coaches, and
you
truly
know,
it wasn't
if, like,
the
it,
one
like
thing
here's
I
the
was
thing.
looking
Would
at
have been
what
so
was gonna be
easy
the difference maker of this game.
if
But it has been the
it's
set
gonna
pieces,
be New
and
York
that comes
again.
down to the service. But what I would also
The next
credit
year, I
that to
would
is
like
the fight.
to.
And that's what Nate Norman
I go
was
and save a
calling for
lot
his
of
team
money.
to do in the second half of that game versus Florida State. And I do believe that's how they started this game, and that is what is having them lead this game 2-0.
Yeah, what they're gonna do is they're
A
gonna
lot of it has also happened off the second, third
But
ball, and it's bouncing around from the set piece. So that has been the difference
yes, the
maker.
fans are allowed.
How about that stat? 2 goals in every game this season for the Irish. The only team in the country that can lay claim to that.
So what the fans? Oops! No!
Abby Mills, number 20,
I said it wrong.
the sophomore. Second goal of this match for the Irish on this senior day. Ball played out wide. Irish leading by 2. Cleared away.
We're under 2 minutes to go.
Now Logan
What?
dispossessed. Cleared out.
Oh Lord! Get your controllers ready. You know, well, they get paid. Well, mine's the thing that gonna affect me. We're under a minute to go in the first half. It's gonna be a pretty easy game, physical game, or a tough game, you know. Now, as a reminder, well, since we're halfway through this women's soccer season, and it goes for college football as well,
35 seconds to play.
because the college football regular season finales will be,
Open things up with a goal in the 6th
and
minute.
sometimes in November before, you know.
20 seconds.
Whoa! What a block! What a play! Block again! This thing is bounced on dynamite!
Final few moments. Can SMU
And no!
find a goal? No.
And no.
Dispossessed. And
What a
that's
play.
gonna be it for this first 45.
Wow.
So
What a 45-minute game, man.
One strong half here for the Irish. Although SMU had their moments. Coach joining us here, Nate Norman. All right, Coach, senior day, you get 2 goals. You found them on set pieces. You talked about your team's ability to find different ways to beat its opponents. You got them on set pieces here in the first half.
Yeah, no, we got 2 goals on set
Our
pieces.
head coach, like usually, is Nate Norman. I've been in the last 53 games when scoring first. And that's
Definitely,
great.
Focused and intense on those set pieces. Sorry, that probably wasn't a good answer, but yeah.
Hey, it was great. And Nate, you challenged your team.
We're on the
last game,
ACC
really to
Network
fight in the second
Extra
half. It looks like they
for
continued
this
that into the first half.
last
This game,
and
what do you
final
wanna see
home
from
game of the
them
regular
in the second
season,
quarter?
but
That's
we got
exactly
3
it.
more
We just gotta
games
fight. We gotta
to
play with
play.
intensity. You gotta play passion.
And in the away games, we have a
wanted
road
to,
trips.
you know, just play with an urgency.
We have
for
Virginia
all
Tech,
90 minutes here.
Wake Forest,
sometimes we have
and
a tendency to
Pittsburgh. That's it.
relax in games, and we just gotta keep going.
And
we gotta keep that edge on our team.
If we win the last game, and we'll see what number season we're going to receive, you know, like
Thanks,
right
guys.
after,
Bye.
you know, we finish the last season finale. Sorry, the last game of the regular season finale on the Thursday, October 30th.
Prolific offenses showing you why they're an
And right now, we're going to halftime right now. So,
in a number of ways. Trukwu Mills, they've got the Irish on top, 2-0 over the Mustangs.
and we will
Halftime
see you guys in the
starts
second half of the game very soon. Let's get a halftime break. We will see you then very soon.